Today is June 3rd. This is University of Florida students Matthew and Max. This interview is part of the UF in Salzburg Study Abroad program, Voices of Salzburg project, in collaboration with the Samuel Proctor Oral History program. We are at the Dorint Hotel in Salzburg, Austria, with Fritz Keller. Fritz, thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview today. For the record, could you state your name?
For the record, I said, what is the name?
Yes.
Fritz Keller.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what is your date and place of birth?
I'm born on the 13th of October in 1945 in Klagenfurt. In Klagenfurt is the main, the Hauptstadt.
The capital.
The capital.
The capital of Carinthia. Carinthia is the most southern country in Austria, to the border of Slovenia and Italy.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So, do you mind telling us just a bit about like your early childhood, growing up in like Carinthia and whatnot? You know,
Yeah, I was born in Klagenfurt, but I want to tell you about my parents.
Okay. Yes.
Of
course.
My parents. My father was born in 1920, and my mother in 1923. And my father had been in war and was wounded in Africa Corps.
Okay.
And so after 1 year in hospital, he went to Slovenia, to Kranji. It's a small town in the northern part of Slovenia. And as a teacher, and also to work at organization. And he was born also in Klagenfurt, and his parents had a furniture factory when he was a small child. But his father was not so good in managing the factory, and you see it at the text, and so it's broke down. The economic scenery was very bad at this time, 1920 to 1930, and many associations broke down. Yeah, and so it's interesting. As a little child, he had their own horse and their own couch or kutsche, yeah, and then after a few years later, they even had not enough to eat. So, for example, he went with his bicycle, and he put up the keys and the guitar, and has gone to the mountains and played and sang, and so he got a little bit money and could go to ski, and it didn't have to pay for night for the bed. Yes. So you must see this background of my father for his later development.
I see.
And my mother was born in Kötschach. It's a small town in the most south of Carinthia, to the border of Italy. Yes, and here she grew up at her grandfather. Her grandmother died very early, and because her mother was divorced, and she had gone to London to work there. Yes, and so not the Beziehung, also doing together with her mother was not the best, and her father was gone. Yes. Yeah, and so my mother, I must see it here because I don't. Yeah. Can't sharpen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see here you had talked about during the war how she'd worked in Ukraine.
Yes.
As a social worker.
This was her grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
I see.
After at the beginning of the war, my grandmother came back from London to Austria, and then was in Ukraine as a social worker. Yes. And my mother visited schools in Tyrol, in Linz, yeah, and she got to be a teacher, and her job was in Geiltal, the river between Karnische Alpen in the south and Geiltaler Alpen in the north. It's a very small valley, and in the first part of this valley, a very small and very there were only mountain farmers there. She had a school with children between 7 and 14 years, and the greater one, the bigger one, sat behind, and the roof of this house was
Broken?
Yeah, kaput. Yeah. And when the weather was bad, so they got wet and got snow on their shoulders. Yeah, this was the situation, and so she was glad to get off from there, and had the chance to go to also to Slovenia, to Kranj, and yeah, so she taught children and adults in German, but these people never heard before German, so it was not, yeah, and the partisans sometimes made problems.
Yeah, and the partisans is in
Bitte?
the partisans is in like the Slovenians. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's in Slovenia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those were the people
And my
that
father
were
was also there, and so
okay.
I was made there.
Yeah. So you were born amidst all these problems going on, man.
And then the war was over, and in the last days of the war, they got with the soldiers through over the border to Austria, and thousands and thousands of soldiers came from Greek and Yugoslavia, and it was a catastrophic situation. And my father got a horse and a couch from his sister, and so the young people went through Corinthia, just Hochzeitsurlaub. I don't know in English. Wedding
destination.
Vacances. It's after
honeymoon.
you have married, you make a vacances. You make holidays. Yes.
Like a honeymoon.
Yeah.
Oh, honeymoon. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So marriage holidays, or I don't know the word.
Yes.
So they went through Corinthia, and yeah, my father had a little political function in Kranje, so he didn't get a job as a teacher, of course, yes. And so they looked, when they went through the country to get a job also, and so they came to Heiligenblut. It is a very, very small village, or there was a very small village, about 1,200 meters high. So at the bottom of the Großglockner, I don't know if you know, Großglockner is the biggest mountain of Austria. It's 3,798 meters. Yeah.
And their village is right up against.
And there, on the bottom of this mountain is Heiligenblut. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we lived my first 5 years in Heiligenblut. I did like this time very much, the wonderful scenery, and I had a friend. But in winter you have 2 and 3 meters of snow, and so in 1941 an avalanche broke down.
Yeah.
And 17 people died, and my mother and my baby sister were buried, and just in the last moment they could dig out. Yes.
Wow.
And so my mother didn't like to stay anymore in Heiligenblut. She said, no, we must go, or the family must go off. So they came to Klagenfurt, but it's the home house for my father. But we were 3 families in one apartment. I think it's 12 or 14 people, I don't know. Yes, and it was, rather difficult to stay there, and nothing to eat. You had, at this time, the carts, eating carts. Every family got a cart, and you could get, I don't know, 50 gram butter and bread, and so and so you went to the shop, and you got, and it was least, it was zu wenig. It was not enough.
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough.
Yeah.
But my grandmother also lived in this apartment, at this time, and because she spoke English, so she got a job at the army, or at the English army, because Klagenfurt, there were the English troops, yes. And so she got a job there, and she could always get something to eat, to bring it home, and yeah. Also, you can see this time was very difficult, yes. And okay, my father got a job not in Klagenfurt, but in Feldkirchen, also it's 20 kilometer in the north, and yeah, I cannot remember much at this time, but it was very difficult. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But my mother was very geschickt. Was heißt geschickt? Weiß ich nicht. She was.
Yeah. Say the word again.
Bitte?
Geschickt.
Geschickt, ja.
Clever.
Geschickt, ja. Yeah. What's in English?
Clever.
She's so right. Yeah. Okay, you know it. Now, and so she organized in the house, and so we got another apartment. And 1 year after another, it was better. In 1955, I think you know the Staatsvertrag. Was heißt Staats? You see it here.
The state visit. Would it be like a state visit?
Yeah, well, and Austria got free, yes, and the troops, the English and Soviet and American and French troops went off from Austria, yes.
So this was the end of occupation. This was the end of occupation in
Genau.
Austria.
Genau.
Okay.
Yeah. And but Carinthia was lucky because there were the English troops, yeah, but in Niederösterreich, also Vienna, and so you had the Soviet troops.
Yeah.
And the best one were were Salzburg here and Oberösterreich, also the land in the north of Salzburg. There were the American. Yeah. So this was these countries had the best faith. Yeah. Yeah. And so shall I tell? I don't think this. I have a macular degeneration. You don't know what this is.
Macular, like where the eyes kind of cloud.
Yeah,
Yes.
I cannot read anymore. Yes.
Oh well. So.
Yeah.
So I know, just after you'd graduated from high school, you went off to the army for a little bit.
Yeah. I cannot remember so much this time at high school and before. But I got the chance to be at the Association for Rowing.
Okay.
Yes, and almost all the time I was at this club, at this association, and this. I think this was. I was happy to be there.
Mm-hmm,
yes.
Mm-hmm. It was a good hobby to have.
Yeah. And so I thought after high school, every chance to get off from Klagenfurt. Yeah. I didn't like so much my father, and I wanted to get off. Yeah. And yeah, so I was at the army just 1 year, and at this time it was very easy to grow up, to get up. So after 1 year I was lieutenant.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. But as a lieutenant, you can go to the casino where the officers are there. Yeah. And so I heard what they talked together, and most of them were in the war. And they didn't have the power to think a new life. They
were sort of stuck in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I thought, I must get off from this club. And so at this time it was possible not to be a soldier, but to be instead of that, to be a social worker, something like that. I don't know the exact words. And so I said, I don't like to stay at the army. I will be this opinion, get out. Yes. Mm-hmm. And this was very interesting at the Wirtschaftskammer, as the economy, big economy officer in one room. There were 12 or 13 people sitting around, and I had to do my yes, and all of them were against my opinion to get out. So, yeah.
I see.
And this was,
everyone was convincing you to stay.
And I just I took a paper and began to write. It's because I said, who makes the protocol? Was this protocol?
Maybe like decision.
Yeah, if people sit together, there is one who writes what they talk to with. Protocol. Yes.
Like the writes what they talk. So like the minute taker or
no. Look at the protocol. I thought.
I think it's the same word in English. Yeah.
It says so you know what.
Yes.
Yeah. And what protocol? No. So I began to write, and then they slowed down, and I asked them, did you read? Did you listen? Read? Yeah. Or write? Read? Well, no.
Write. Read.
Read. Yes. Yeah. Did you read what my paper? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing here.
And so they began to read the paper, and then I told them I'll bring it to the newspaper. Yeah. And so they slowed down, and at the end they were very friendly and okay. Yeah. But I tell you this because at this time the political system, could get out, but 12 people didn't like it.
They're trying their best to keep you in.
So, yeah. And yeah, I went to the tourism school in Klesheim. I don't know whether have you been there in Klesheim?
No.
It's a big castle near the Autobahn, near in the north.
Okay.
Yeah, there was the school, and we had a practice in summer, and as a waiter in Wörthersee, as in Carinthia, and so yes, but yes, and even was a teacher half a year, and at Gripsholm, also a motor ship, a cruise liner.
The cruise line.
Going from Göteborg to New York, and from New York, North Cape cruise and Romantic Land cruise, and so all Europe and Africa and Trinidad, and 2 cruises, Bermudas to Quebec in Canada, half a year, and then I didn't like this tourism job anymore, and I studied psychology, yes, here in Salzburg. And, but at this time, psychology, you think it's a studying, you learn to help people, to learn a therapy, to learn, yes. But at this time, the university in Salzburg was very young, just 2 or 3 years old, yes. And yeah, they didn't offer I found it. They didn't offer a very good
psychology program.
It was wie nennt man denn das? Mathematics and statistic.
It was mostly science and math
and theory, but not practice. Yes. Yeah. They didn't have a good practice. So I made this outside of the university. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But at this time, I got a girlfriend, and we married, and the children, and yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have 3 children.
Genau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And then...
And I worked as a psychologist, or was man sagt man da, as a advisor, but not to get money. Just what's the when you work and you don't get money, you make it
volunteering.
Volunteer, yes. In this, yes. I had a job at the tax office, but I did this this helping. And, So we founded an association and so on. Yes, so it was one part. I worked to get money, and the volunteering at the same time. Mm-hmm. So.
what had compelled you to do the volunteering work, like for free?
Sorry?
Like, what made you want to do that work for free, like as a volunteer?
Yeah, young and old people advise to help them.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
But not doing something, but to speak, to talk, and to do therapeutic work. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Gestalt therapy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, and the chief, also the major, the of this tax office died, and so I went off and I was at the association Salzburger Hilfswerk. Also it's a big helping association in in Austria and also in Salzburg with 1,000 employees. Yes, and I made the organization. Yes.
Wow.
I think 5 years or 7 years, but yeah, it's yeah. And after this, was habe ich zum Schluss gemacht? Wie heißt das?
So you became an independent management consultant.
Genau, yeah.
Okay.
I'm 80 years this year, but I do it just now
still.
for my children and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but what is interesting, the journeys we did, yes.
Yeah.
Also, we had been in Beijing. You say Beijing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very interesting. Also, we had a teacher in Qigong, and he was in Chinese, and so he made it possible that we could get there to China. Yes. At this time, it was 1999. It was not so easy to get there, and it was the beginning of the time you could talk with some people, but yeah, it was not so as in the next years. There was just the time you could get there. Yes. And we had also been in Armenia. It's also very interesting. Armenia is the neighbor country of Iran.
Okay.
Also in the north of Iran, between Iran and Turkey.
It's in the Caucasus Mountains. Correct. It's in the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah. And it's very interesting. This country was occupied by the Soviets, and today even people say they are communists, but they are not communists. It's a free country, and the people have very big problems because of the Turkish and that cannot get economy is very difficult.
Yeah.
And I think there's yes, in Moscow. I'd been two times in Moscow, and in St. Petersburg. Also, Stalingrad, Leningrad, St. Petersburg. It's the same. Yeah, in the northern part of Soviet of Russia.
So was this on your 1994 trip to Moscow as well?
And I had been there in 1968 with a ship, yes. And this 1968 was the year when Russian troops went to Hungary and to Czechoslovakia. Yeah.
With the Prague Spring.
Yeah. And at the same time, we had been in St. Petersburg.
Wow.
And the people on the ship that didn't want to get out. They said, no, Russia and so, yeah. But it was very interesting to get in the town and talk with the young people. Also, I thought they are no communists. Yeah. So, yeah. And I think it's also very difficult for these people. The most of them are suffering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Going behind the Iron Curtain in the 60s is definitely an interesting vacation too.
Yeah.
An interesting trip.
Yeah.
All the way out in St. Petersburg.
Yeah. You see here details.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else in general you feel is important to like the story of your life that you would want to add?
But I didn't understand.
Is there anything else important that you think really help?
Perhaps you must ask.
I've actually got just one more question about the exchange circles that you'd set up.
Exchange circles, yes. There was I was the manager of one, yes.
It's like, well,
but I made this 4 years or 5 years, I don't know. Mm-hmm. And this was the time when these exchange circles grow up. And we had all over Middle Europa, also all over Austria and in Germany and around together association. The associations work together. Mm. And Währung, was ist Währung? The money, this exchanging money. Also it's not really money, but it's
like
the hours.
Same value.
Hours, yes. Yeah. And we had a system so you could exchange this hours all over, also to Vorarlberg or to Bayern, or not only in Salzburg, mm-hmm. but abroad.
Okay.
So it's almost like exchanges, but you're removing the money middle component.
Yeah, you could go to Bregenz, also in at the border to Germany, at the Bodensee, and sleep there and eat there and pay with this I don't know.
Maybe like currency.
In this currency, in this time currency.
Yeah.
Time currency, yes.
Time currency.
Yeah.
Good way to put it.
Yeah, there were a lot of associations I was working, yes. Yeah.
So what inspired you to create something like this, like the exchange circles? Was there anything kind of behind that, or was it just
Behind this
like
exchange?
a reason to create these exchange circles, like your initial motivation?
No, ich habe nicht verstanden. No.
So, like, why did you create these
Why?
exchange? Yes.
Yeah, so my motive, also my motivation. So it working and ja, genau. Und they didn't have an organization, a man who did this organize. So,
Yeah. Okay.
And so I told them, you make to do this so and so and so, and then they told me, you make it. Yeah, so.
And you were like, I did.
Yeah.
So I see right here you have this
that's
from London. I am pretty curious about it.
That's, you see, I was not 13 and a half or something like that, yes. So a child, yes. And so I knew I would make telling to my class, yeah, and so I made, we had been at St. Paul's Cathedral, at Westminster Abbey, and at the Tower, yeah, Buckingham Palace. And the airport, yes, and the zoo, yeah, tower. So, yeah.
So this is like a scrapbook of your
Yeah,
childhood.
yeah. Windsor, yeah, and Hampton Court. Yeah, you can see it, yeah. But it's just 1958, yes. Yeah. This is Hampton Court, or? Yeah, Hampton Court, yeah. It's a museum, yeah. Museum.
Yeah. So it's a collection of all of the sites to see
we did there.
in London
Yes,
back then.
yes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
This one's colored.
Yeah.
Very interesting. That's a neat tidbit.
Yeah.
I think that about covers all bases of all the stories that you have. You know, I from the occupation, I think is very interesting. I thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was very interesting for me too, because thinking over this time, yeah.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to
Okay, we finish now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.